Hello, I did my research project on Michelangelo. I chose Michelangelo because he is a very pivotal figure, in my opinion, in the transition from Renaissance to contemporary art, and he is also a great example of the evolution of artistic techniques and themes throughout that time period. So, let's get into it. Um, Michelangelo was born in 1475 in Caprice, Italy. His mediums were mostly sculpture, painting, and architecture, and he used techniques like humanism and atomical precision, as well as conveying emotion and movement through art, which made his pieces so historical and important and popular. Some of the techniques and innovations he used were atomical precision. He had a deep understanding of the human anatomy, and this was because he studied cadavers and was able to learn about the intricacies of muscle and bones and skin. And he also was expressive with emotions. He was known for his emotional intensity in his pieces, such as sorrow or serenity, and um, he was just very good at portraying emotions through facial expressions and body language. Innovative fresco techniques. He used new methods to apply fresco, which led to greater detail and durability, but also vibrancy. He did a very great job at that in his works, which I'll show you in just a second. And then lastly, pardon me if I don't say this right, his use of contrapposto. Anyway, that means he created a sense of movement and naturalisms in his pieces that weren't really seen before. For example, he would put figures on one leg and all their weight on one leg, looking like they're moving or walking or running. And so, yeah. Here are some of his major works. There's, of course, David, which we've already talked about. David is a marble statue that stands 17 feet tall and represents the biblical hero David. It portrays the Renaissance ideal of the perfect human body and strength, but also shows his great understanding of anatomy, and it's just beautiful. The Sistine Chapel ceiling is another one. It's one of his most famous works in the chapel in Venetian City. Um, it includes scenes from the book of Genesis, and its dynamic composition, anatomical precision, and vibrant colors um, are what made it so popular. And then lastly, I might not say this right either, but the Pieta um, is a Virgin Mary holding the dead body of Jesus Christ, which was also a very popular theme back in the Renaissance period. But this one in particular shows amazing detail and emotional depth that we talked about, capturing the moment of sorrow when Mary loses her son. Influence on Renaissance art. Um, Mastery of human anatomy. He set new standards for anatomical accuracy in art. Innovative techniques. He added depth and realism to his work, which influenced the development of Renaissance art. Emotional depth, like we've talked about many times, showing a wide range of emotions. He was very good at that, and that made other people want to try and do that better. Architectural contributions. He had new ideas about space and form, innovative use of columns, pilasters, and staircases, and large-scale projects, which are big nowadays in contemporary art. Cultural impact. Michelangelo, he worked to elevate the status of artists in society. In the Renaissance period, artists were seen as mere craftsmen, and now they're seen as geniuses and creative people. And that inspires future generations, which I have last down here. Lastly, his legacy and imprint on contemporary art. He multiple disciplinary approach. He was not just a painter. He was a poet, an architecture, a sculpture, and in contemporary art, people often blend different mediums to create more holistic and immersive experiences, which he started, or was one of the first to start. Public art and monuments. His large-scale works have influenced the creation of public art and monuments to inspire and uplift communities. And then, of course, like I talked about before, art as a status symbol. Michelangelo helped to elevate the status of artists in society. His art is also a source of inspiration. And then here's my sources. So I hope you liked learning a little bit more about Michelangelo.